Dahil kasangga mo ang langit.
The views and comments of the hosts and guests are not necessarily those of the station.
You can now listen to RJFM and DZRJ 810 AM from wherever you are. Just type in RJ 100.3 FM on TuneIn Radio, Streama, Radio Garden, and just type in RJFM for online box radio. For DZRJ 810 AM, just type in DZRJ 810 AM on TuneIn Radio, Streama, and Radio Garden. Happy listening! You are watching the multi-awarded Radio Bandido TV on Channel 224 Sky Cable and TV Plus boxes. Simulcast on DZRJ 810 AM. Informing, advising, and entertaining the Filipinos and OFWs around the world. Streaming live on www.facebook.com/DZRJ 810 AM or on YouTube, channel RJAM News. To all Teleradio Bandido viewers and listeners, you can now watch Teleradio Bandido on our new YouTube channel, RJAM News. Hit the subscribe button and like the video. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified when a new video gets uploaded. Don't miss out on our dynamite lineup.
Watch and listen. Kontra Birada every Tuesday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Hosted by Attorney Mike Toledo and Attorney Karen Jimeno. This program will discuss the most important and fresh news and events and feature their guest, Attorney Salvador Sal Panelo. So catch Kontra Birada on Radio Bandido TV, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, GMA Afforda boxes, and all DTT boxes. Facebook/DZRJ 810 AM and YouTube channel RJAM News.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Welcome to our program, Kontra Birada, dito sa Radyo Bandido, RJTV. It's a Friday and start of the weekend, kaya I'm sure medyo maganda na yung mood natin ngayon kasi parelax na tayo. But anyway, I'm Mike Toledo, your host for today. And joining me later on will be my partner, Attorney Karen Jimeno. So again, magandang hapon po at thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure binabantayan nyo ang mga nangyayari ngayon, no? Nababasa natin sa media, lalo na doon sa mga, actually nowadays, ang binabantayan natin ngayon, maybe perhaps na two important matters. No? Yung una-una, syempre, tinitingnan natin yung developments as far as the campaign and the elections are concerned. No? Sino yung mga tumatakbo bilang presidente, vice president, senator, congressman, all the way down the road, so to speak. Tinitingnan natin ang mga developments niyan. Nag-umpisa na ang campaign for national position. So talagang umaarangkada na at umiinit na. And then at the same time, tinitingnan din po natin yung mga developments as far as the pandemic or COVID-19 is concerned. Now, the good thing about the pandemic is nakita naman natin na according to OCTA, medyo talagang pababa na yung tinatawag nilang average daily attack rate, yung tinatawag nila na reproduction rate, bumababa na po sa NCR, pati sa mga key cities in Metro Manila, major cities actually also in the Philippines, no? Throughout the Philippines. At kagaya nga niyang sinabi ni Secretary Duque, yung 2-week growth rate daw ay negative, no? So 60% kung ika nga of the population is now on low risk. Yun, nandun na po papunta. So these are very, very good developments. Magandang balita, good news habang binubuksan natin yung ekonomiya also. And according to OCTA, at tignan ko lang to be accurate dito sa ating mga details and facts, no? Metro Manila now, low risk, COVID average, according to Octa, is 945 daily new cases. And that was from February 3 to 9. So, maganda po talaga ang development ito. At according also to Octa and the DOH, in terms of the healthcare system, yung mga hospital beds, ay hindi na na-overwhelm. Kung natatandaan nyo po, isa sa mga naging problema, not only in the Philippines but in other parts of the world. Like, for example, even in most developed countries like Germany, the UK, the United States, of course, France, Spain, ang isa sa mga naging problema na nagkaroon ng pandemya na ito ay yung tinatawag ng overwhelming of the healthcare system. So, punong-puno po ang mga ospital. At nakita nyo naman noon, it's a very sad picture to see. Nakikita nyo na maraming mga pasyente na normally naman, siyempre, pag pasyente ka, nasa loob ka na ng ospital, di ba? Or naghihintay ka sa loob, sa emergency room or other parts of the hospital. Pero nangyari doon, may nakikita tayong mga litrato. We saw pictures of a lot of the patients, no? Not only here in the Philippines, but even abroad. A lot of the patients that were actually lining up outside. Kaya talaga, at nag-aagawan sa kwarto at nag-aagawan sa mga tinatawag nating ICU beds or intensive care unit beds. And that was really a very sad sight to see. Ang maganda ngayon ay hindi na po ganon ang sitwasyon, lalo na sa atin dito sa Pilipinas. Medyo talagang as far as the reports from the Department of Health are concerned and even reports from the private hospitals ay talagang hindi na nagkakaroon ng overwhelming of the healthcare system. Kaya, kagaya ng mga sinabi natin nung nakaraan araw, tinitignan talaga ng ating mga authorities, no? Especially the local government heads as well as the leadership of the AITF at pati na rin po si Pangulong Duterte. No? Ang tinitignan po nila ngayon para talagang baka mababa na sa level 1 ang ating alert levels. Kasi sa dati, natandaan nyo, naging 4, bumaba tayo sa 3, at naging 2, at sinasabi nila na malaking posibilidad na by maybe perhaps at the end of the week or even maybe at the start of March, there is a strong possibility na ito po ay magiging alert level 1 na lang. And ang titignan nga nila ay yung sinabi natin reproductive rate, average daily attack rate, yung healthcare system, kung hindi sila na-overwhelm. Pag itong tatlong bagay na ito ay talagang makikita mo na there is a downward trend. No? Malaking posibilidad na po na magkakaroon tayo ng deklarasyon manggagaling po sa ating gobyerno na magiging alert level 1 na lang. And pag nangyari po yun, talaga naman, well, that's really, really, really good news for everyone. So, talagang you can say that pabalik na tayo sa normal. No? Patungo na tayo doon. Pwede na tayong manood ng sine. Mas marami na siguro yung allowed na capacity. Yung mga restaurants, kainan, bars, ay talagang mas open up na, mas pwede ng maraming taong pumasok. At yung mga alam kong marami dyan, mahilig magpamasahe. I'm sure marami dyan ay hinanap na talaga yung pang-relax ng mga massage sa mga spa. At nagbibigay din ng maraming hanap buhay yung mga spa business niya, no? Not only for locals but even local tourists, but foreign tourists. No? Kasi ang balita nga, the Filipino masseuse, mga masista daw natin is one of the best. And ako'y naniniwala dyan kasi dati rin mahilig din tayo magpamasahe paminsan-minsan dahil pa nag-exercise tayo or nag-golf o ano man, pangtanggal na talaga ng stress, yung bagay yung pagmamasahe. So yan, mag-open up na rin yan. And ngayon nga ay yung face-to-face classes, no? Lalo na sa mga kabataan ay nag-open up na rin. At nagkaroon sila ng hybrid umpisa, nagkaroon sila ng parang testing at mukha naman based on the findings of government na pwede na talagang buksan. And that is really good. It's a very good sign because ang pagbubukas ng face-to-face classes, lalo na sa ating mga youth, no? Lalo na when it comes to kids, it's very important not only sa learning process, not only sa pag-aaral, kaya daw talagang kailangan magkaroon na ng face-to-face. Kaya buti na lang marami na sa ating mga kabataan o mga kids ay nagpapakuna na at mataas na rin ang porsyento, more than 60% na yata ang nagkaroon na ng pagbabakuna. I don't know kung first dose pa yun or second, but definitely malaki na yung percentage. No? Kasi nga sabi nila, pag tuloy-tuloy itong virtual lang ang pag-aaral, hindi lang daw talaga naapektuhan yung pag-aaral ng mga bata, but pati na rin po ang kanilang upbringing, especially their social skills, no? Yung ability to interact, ability to deal with other people, with kids. And iba kasi talaga yung warm bodies when kids interact with other kids, when they play together physically, when they see their classmates, when they see their teachers, when they see their friends face to face. These are really part of growing up. Can you imagine kung tayo, yung panahon natin, kung lumaki tayo at puro na lang computer. Maybe you can be very knowledgeable, pero at the end of the day, and very important yung social skills mo and even your EQ, yung emotional quotient. No? Hindi lang naman puro IQ ngayon, pati EQ tinitingnan. Your ability to be able to deal with people, to deal with success, to deal with failures and all that. Kaya maraming mga eksperto sa ibang bansa, pati na rin sa Pilipinas, ay kinakabahan nga sila na medyo tumatagal yung virtual, walang face-to-face. Pero ngayon, magbabago na yan. And I'm sure that the kids are very much excited to really see each other. And may litrato nga sa dyaryo. I'm sure nakita nyo sa some of the papers in the headlines. Nakita mo talagang yinakap ng isang, siguro, hindi ko alam kung kindergarten yun, o grade 1 or grade 2 student, ang kanyang teacher. Kasi kahit pa paano, namimiss mo yung teacher mo, di ba? Lalo na nung lumalaki ka, lalo na kung ikaw ang paborito ng teacher mo, you will miss your teacher. Pero siyempre, yung mga iba siguro na hindi mo, meron ka rin ba mga teachers na hindi mo namimiss? Depende. Pero bottom line is, general feeling is really that it's very, nagkakaroon ka talaga ng magandang ginhawa, no? Na nagkikita na kayo sa mga kaklase mo. Kasi nga, di ba, isa sa mga naging problema even before this pandemic, di ba, isa sa mga naging issue na pinag-uusapan na ng lahat, ay marami sa ating pong mga kabataan ay talagang wala na silang ginawa kung hindi nakatutok lang sa kanilang mga gadgets, sa kanilang mga computers, sa kanilang mga telephone. At sabi ng mga maraming dalubhasa, that is not also good. Di ba? Kasi wala ka ng time to interact. Of course, yeah, sometimes you do interact, even play games using your gadgets, your computer. That's true. But it's still different from actually interacting with each other. Iba na yung may common touch, iba, human touch rather. Iba na yung nakikita kayo face-to-face. Kaya doon pa man, hindi pa nga pandemya, nagkakaroon na ng red flags, no? Na huwag daw pabayaan ang mga bata na talagang wala nang ginawa kung hindi maglaro or mag-Facebook, mag-YouTube, and spend a lot of time, a lot of their waking hours just playing or using their gadgets for whatever purpose. No? Hindi daw yun healthy. At ako po, naniniwala po ako dyan. Definitely, it cannot be healthy. Una-una, kulang ka sa exercise. Kasi kung nandun ka lang, nakaupo ka lang, nakahiga, depende sa hawak mo yung gadget mo. That's not going to be healthy for any kid, especially kids growing up wherein you need to exercise, you need the sunlight for vitamin D and all that. So it's good. These are all good developments. Kaya nakakatuwa naman na each day na nagkakaroon tayo ng programa, sayang lang wala pa dito yung partner ko, no? Si Atty. Karen. But each day na nagkakaroon tayo ng programa, napapansin niyo po na mas marami na yung good news with respect to the pandemic. So, the thing is, pag ito'y tumuloy-tuloy at maybe hopefully nga, baka siguro, if not the latter part of this week, maybe early next month, baka magkaroon na ng declaration nga na alert level 1 na tayo. Saka syempre, dun sa mga magse-celebrate ng Valentine's Day, ako hindi ako nagse-celebrate kasi masyadong, even then, traffic kasi pag Valentine's Day. No? But of course, that shouldn't discourage you. Please celebrate if you want to Valentine's Day itself. May iba naman dyan, nagse-celebrate ng 13, tapos ibang kasama sa 14, ibang kasama, joke. Pero may ganon. Or sometimes iniwasan mo na lang yung 14, 13 or 15 na lang kasi puno-puno nga sa 14. But the good thing is, since nag-open up na po tayo, marami na tayong magpagpipilian ng mga lugar na pwede tayong mag-celebrate ng ating Valentine's, di ba? Saka, and I'm sure, kung hindi niyo pa nalabas kasi in the past 2 years, in all probability, hindi niyo nalabas inyong girlfriend or inyong asawa or whoever is your significant other, di ngayon, pagkakataon nyo na po, na, di ba, to enjoy. Na kung medyo may duda pa rin kayo ng konti, ang maganda dito ay marami na sa ating mga establishments, restaurants, even in hotels, malls, and in other places, marami na tinatawag na alfresco. Ang ibig po sabihin nun, doon tayo sa labas, open air. Kung kunyari may kabalang kayo sa aircon, naiintindihan naman natin yan. Eh, meron na pong maraming mga establishments ngayon na doon nila ginagawa sa labas, which actually is very good. And also, just like in other parts of the world, di ba, nakikita nyo, dito lang medyo mainit ang Pilipinas kaya na-discourage. Ngunit ngayon, kasi nga na-expose na tayo sa alfresco dining or eating, marami ng mga Pilipino gusto-gusto yun. Lalo na because nga may konting kaba pa dito. But at the end of the day, mawala na yung kaba, I think it's here to stay. Pag wag lang masyadong diretso sa araw ka, you will actually enjoy the fresh air depending on where you're gonna eat. But anyway, talking about eating, medyo malapit na rin alas 12. Medyo ginugutom na tuloy ako. But we'll take a short break. And when we come back, we'll discuss perhaps a little bit of politics. And hopefully, my partner, Atty. Karen, will be joining us. So don't go away. Huwag po kayong malis. Stay with us.
Be enlightened with inspiring stories. Interesting biblical features. And insightful interviews with the pillars of our Catholic faith. Power to Unite with Elvira.
Education Radio, hosted by Pia Morato, is on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Teleradio Bandido, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air Channel 29, Facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m., and YouTube channel RJAM News. This brings service to all educators and learners of every age. The program guests include secretaries, dignitaries, ambassadors, lawmakers, professors, volunteers, and heroes, all dedicated to contribute to this valuable advocacy. We take the streets to the classroom and the classroom to the streets.
Watch and listen. Kontra Birada every Tuesday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Hosted by Atty. Mike Toledo and Atty. Karen Jimeno. This program will discuss the most important and fresh news and events and feature their guest, Atty. Salvador Sal Panelo. So catch Kontra Birada on Radio Bandido TV, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, GMA Afforda boxes, and all DTT boxes. Facebook/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. and YouTube channel RJAM News.
Welcome back. Dito po tayo sa ating programa, Kontra Birada. Partner, are you here?
Yes, of course. Sorry. Alam mo naman tayo, yung mga kailangan magtrabaho with our real day jobs. Basta makaalis. So I came from a meeting that overlapped. Actually, I had to excuse myself and that's why I was late. But of course, partner,
That's okay.
Our motto is walang iwanan, so I'm here.
Yes. we just initially we just started discussing essentially yung the good developments about the COVID, no? But sabi ko nga after the break, tama-tama din ang pasok mo. Kasi after the break, I said let's talk now about a little about politics. And as we all know, the major news of the day, which came out already last night, and which, to be honest, I expected, and I expect ko naman, ay yung tatlong consolidated disqualification cases against Senator Bongbong Marcos or BBM. They were all dismissed, no? Di ba? Sabi nila hindi pwedeng ma-disqualify yan because if you want to disqualify somebody, it has to be clearly, unequivocally, and expressly stated. No? So, partner, ikaw isang magaling na abogado. Ano sa tingin mo? What can you say about this decision of the First Division of the COMELEC, which junked all the disqualification cases against Bongbong Marcos?
Yeah, I think Attorney Mike, in terms of, so this is where it's also a gray area to me. The law is clear that the penalty for failing to file tax returns is one, it's considered as tax evasion just by the definition of what tax evasion is. But it's supposed to carry the accessory penalty of perpetual disqualification. And other lawyers, like I was able to ask former Commissioner Kim Henares, former BIR Kim Henares about this. And she said that even if there was a court that failed to impose that as a penalty, that accessory penalty attaches by operation of law. So I think that's an interesting take on this because I think another way of looking at it would be there are times when, di ba, nakalagay sa law, fine or imprisonment ang penalty, and sometimes it's really the court's discretion as to which penalty they will impose. So that's why I'm saying it's a gray area because it has been argued both ways by lawyers. Like what our panelist, Secretary Sapanel, would always say, diba? There are as many opinions as there are lawyers. But of course, I think there would be like a reasonable argument based on also existing jurisprudence. So I don't know. I think meron namang legal points that are sound in the decision of the First Division. I haven't read it yet in full, so I'm only giving my opinion based on what I know so far. But it would help if I read that decision fully and see what they're citing as well as the basis.
Good point. Good points that you raised there, partner. No? And I agree with you. Best for us to really come up with a more comprehensive analysis, perhaps mabasa natin ang desisyon. But I will hazard a guess kasi hindi ko rin nabasa ang desisyon. No? But also, to your point, parang ang nakikita ko dyan ay binalance ng First Division. Yung ano man yung provisions ng NIRC na interview hindi naman masyadong clear kasi pag akyat sa Court of Appeals na wala na yon. Between and then a right of an individual to run for office and to be deprived of that right. Parang winay nila, sa tingin nila, mas mabigat yata kung talagang hindi dapat siya tumakbo. Parang gano'n ang intindi ko. If talagang you will deprive him of that right, not to run for office because he should be disqualified. Kailangan express, klarong-klaro, walang kaduda-duda, walang doubt dapat daw sa desisyon. It has to be clear. You cannot run for office. It has to be clear, unequivocal, and expressly stated in the decision to bar you from running for office. Paano sinasabi nila, since hindi naman clear at unequivocal, if we are to balance, kung magdidesisyon tayo, doon na lang tayo. Let's err in the, di ba? Err by allowing somebody to run, which is a greater right. Yan ang sa pananaw ko, ang iniisip naman ng First Division. Yung punto mo naman, tama rin yun, no? So talagang, it's really, at the end of the day, it's a balancing. No? And yun nga, hindi pa natin nabasa talaga yung decision. These are based essentially on what we have read perhaps in the papers and our basic understanding of the law, no, essentially. But, well, pwede pa namang umapila kagaya nung desisyon ng second division. It's pending now and in the in-bank. So, hindi pa dinidesisyonan yun. Ito naman, I'm sure the petitioners would again file for to the in-bank. So, abangan pa rin natin. But in my view, partner, talagang malaking ano na to. Kumbaga, kung na-dismiss na yung petition for cancellation of COC, essentially on the same grounds, by the way. Essentially on the same grounds. And then, ito na naman, na-dismiss itong tatlong petition for disqualification and consolidate. So, I really seriously doubt if the NBank will reverse itself. Anyway, that's just our point of view.
And the I think the momentum is gonna be there. I mean, diba? As it is leading na nga si BBM when all the questions on disqualification were still floating around. So I think this will just add to the momentum. I mean, but that's just my opinion.
Yes. Kaya talagang partner, no? Talagang this election talaga sa what we've been saying in the past, very, very exciting. Very nakatapusan ang exciting.
And well, we'll see. But sa ngayon, I watched the interview rin with the group. They're called Karma pala, no?
Yes.
They're going to go to the COMELEC and bank. And I'm wondering how soon that can be decided. I mean, because we're nearing the 90 days, less than 90 days left before the election. So I wonder how soon they can resolve that, and what would be the difference when we have already the full on-bank voting on this issue and deciding it. So I don't know. We'll see. May narinig ka na ba kung the file na, or it's still just a plan to go up to the on-bank?
Hindi ko alam, partner, kung na-file na, but I would assume that they will. I mean, whoever won this particular disqualification case would definitely go up to the NBank. But my hope, my only hope perhaps, and I think it will be the hope also of both those filing the petition, those in the opposition, and of course the camp of Senator BBM. I think the hope of everyone is sana decision na nakagad para matanggal na yung doubt. No? Although I think na-print na sa balota yung pangalan ni Senator.
Yeah, of course. Because diba there's like an update from COMELEC that they were able to print like a certain million number of ballots. So you're right, it's really gonna be there. Yung isang feeling ko, Attorney Mike, na nagdadasal na ma-disqualify would be based on the surveys. Like, I just found this interesting. Merong lumabas recently na survey, right? Is this SWS? Where you get to see the approval ratings, right? The approval ratings of certain government officials, like including the vice president, the chief justice, and and the merong question that says if your candidate is disqualified, who would you vote for? And I think ang number one beneficiary, if that were to happen, is Isko Moreno. Did you see that?
Well, yes, I saw that also, and that is also one of the analysis of several people. The expectation was it might go to VP Lenny or someone else, or even Senator Pacquiao. But based on that survey and that study, pupunta kay Mayor Isko.
Yeah. So sabi ko nga, siguro yung mga supporters niya or yung mga campaign team niya ang nagdadasal, no, na nung with these cases.
Correct. Kaya nga Mayor Sara had to, if I recall correctly, at the initial couple of weeks back, because there were some rumors na kinakausap na rin daw si Isko, no? Pinuport daw ng administration or whatever to be the running mate of Mayor Sara in the event was disqualified and all that. And in fairness to Mayor Sara, she was very clear that my support for BBM is solid. And in fact, she was interviewed lately, and she was hoping, sabi niya, sana ay i-endorso ni President Duterte. Duterte, no, the father. If the father can endorse BBM, she's hoping. No? So makikita mo na, I think the idea there being is there are, I guess, people who would want that tandem to implode. No? Pero
Hindi pa
Mayor
ba
Sara.
nag-implode? Attorney Mike, when I was looking, ang layo na nila sa survey.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
meaning
but
to say
yeah.
the tandem of BBM and Sara, they would want that to implode. But clearly, Mayor Sara is making it clear. I will stand by my standard bearer. And,
You mean like, okay,
oh,
implode na hindi
yes.
mag-work out together? Because in my head, in terms
Yes.
of, I was thinking more imploding in terms of getting ahead in the surveys.
Yes,
And it's
yes.
clear, yeah, I feel like they've already imploded in terms of getting a lot
Yeah.
of numbers supporting them. But you know,
Yeah.
I was hoping na nandito yung ating panelist ngayon na Secretary Sal, because I heard an unofficial, that's why I'm emphasizing the word unofficial chismis that that there's like this rumor going around that the president might consider daw endorsing Mayor Isko Moreno if his numbers hit at least 20%, something like that. So obviously that's chismis. That's why I wanted to ask someone who knows better if meron bang like grain of truth dun sa mga ganyan na
Well,
he's like a
yeah.
viable candidate
Yes,
to
yes.
endorse by the president.
That's really something that isa sa mga interesting punto na pwede natin matanong yung ating resident. But partner, since we're running out of time and alam naman natin na pag ganitong araw hanggang 12 o'clock lang tayo, makibala ng konti because siyempre sa Lunes, Valentine's na. Ano naman ang balak mo sa Valentine's? Kasi earlier pinag-usapan ko yung Valentine's na bukas na yung mga lugar, pwede na silang mag-date.
Yeah.
Pero iba nagde-date ng 13. Iba naman
Yeah.
nagde-date ng 15. Anyway,
You know,
so
something I
what's your
learned
plan?
from my dad and my pagka daw nagde-date na maaga, usually yan daw yung mga girlfriends or yung mga what we call this unsanctioned relationships kasi yung ibang date pero on the day of Valentine's Day it's your official girlfriend, boyfriend or husband or
Yeah,
wife.
yeah.
But for me it's a weekday, so I'll be working definitely that day, but I hope to spend at least some quality time with my husband, and now I have two Evans in my life, so with our son as well. Ikaw partner, ito yung
That's
mas
a good thing.
interesting
No,
tanungin dyan.
I don't celebrate Valentine's partner since before. Diba?
Ay, just like my husband.
Because it doesn't, masyado, every
Too
day,
cheesy.
every day is Valentine's Day. Diba?
Okay.
Anyway,
Nako,
final
sayang
words na,
naman to
partner.
the ladies
Final words
out there. Attorney Mike is already taken. But see, that's
Final
our
words na
new
daw tayo,
logo.
partner.
Oo,
Yeah.
sige. I'll see you all again with of course, my partner, Attorney Mike Toledo. We'll see you next week from 11:30 to 12, and of course on Tuesdays 5 to 6:30 p.m.
Thank you so much, partner. Again, as always, talaga tayo walang iwanan. And to all our viewers and listeners, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you again on Monday. So enjoy po kayo sa inyong weekend. Enjoy your Valentine's Monday. Stay safe. Take care. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.